So why am I up at dark 30? Because I want to show you this freaking thing. This time on K6UDA radio. Well, a very early good morning to you, my friends. And today I'm going to talk about one of three of my collecting passions in life, I'd say. I'm kind of fanatical about things like guns, knives, and flashlights. Having been in my business for as long as I have collected a ton of flashlights out of necessity. And most of them are like the Streamlight here. Some of them are not. I just picked up this little guy from OLIGHT. So why am I talking about a flashlight on a ham radio channel? Well, I'll tell you what. We all know the need to be prepared for everything, and carrying a flashlight, in my opinion, is a necessity. You never know when you're going to need it. You don't know if you're walking into a dark building, a cave, whatever, a hole in the ground. When you're operating at night and you're at field day or whatever you're doing, you may need a light that is very versatile, that is this size. I mean, this thing is just 2 inches long, and it lasts a tremendous amount of time. I just picked this thing up. I found a preparedness store locally, and I went in to explore it. I found this thing sitting there, and I bought it. I paid 80 bucks for this, and unfortunately, when I got home, I looked it up on Amazon, and there it is on Amazon for 65 bucks. So yes, I overpaid, but I'm supporting a local business, so I feel good about that. So let's talk about the OLIGHT for a minute. This is very, very well built. It is it's a metal housing in here. It's not plastic at all. The power button, it looks very, very well built. Everything is sealed up very nicely. It has a magnetic back. So if there's you know, a metal thing like your hood and you've got engine trouble at night, you can stick that up on the hood, turn this thing on, and it becomes a work light. It has a clip on it, but not just a single clip. It's got a clip that, you know, that could fit, say, in the bill of my hat, or this can fit going this way. So it's got basically 2 clips running opposite directions. Now, like I said before, I've been a fan of like the Surefires and the Streamlights, which I have a few of, and I use these on a daily basis. But I'll tell you, I am going to change it out, and I'm going to carry this with me. You know, much like I carry a gun, I carry a knife everywhere I go. I will now be carrying this little flashlight everywhere I go. I normally would carry this because I never know what I'm going to run into, and neither do you. Now, normally I wouldn't be talking about a flashlight on this channel. I normally stick to ham radio pretty much, but we've been kind of getting into a few of these prepper things and the shit hits the fan scenarios. So I figured, hey, I think you guys would be very interested in a very, very cool light. Here's one of the cool things about the light. If you take this light and you press and hold the power button, it comes on in what is called the moonlight mode. And the moonlight mode is this very, very low beam. When it is pitch black, this gives you just enough light to do your work. You can read the front of a radio. You could do whatever whatever you need to do, and have just enough light to work. Having 8 days of capacity in the moonlight mode means that if you were going to use this, say, on field day, and you're going to run through the night, you're going to work overnight, you have enough light with this. You could leave it on all night and not worry about it. You could see what you're doing. You could log stuff. You could do whatever. Now here's the other thing. When you turn this on, it turns on in the mode that it was in before. If I press and hold the button, it turns it into the low setting, the normal low setting. If I press and hold it again, the next setting, and so forth, into this nice big bright light here. And if I double click it, it goes into what they call turbo mode. Turbo mode is going to eat batteries very, very quickly. But turbo mode gives you 1,000 lumens, and the spread pattern on this thing is much, much better at distance than this. This really kind of floods the area, where this is more of a spotlight at, say, 20 yards or 30 yards. This floods the area with light, which, when you want to light everything up like that, is incredibly handy. This is what I thought was one of the coolest features about this. These OLIGHTs use a CR123 battery, but not just any CR123 will do. You've got to buy the OLIGHT 123 because it's got a special seal around it, and it's rechargeable, which means I could take the charger and it's got a strong magnet on it, doesn't want to come loose, and this thing absolutely has a positive feel to it. Plugs in with a standard USB charger, and this will charge up in, say, half hour, 45 minutes. Also comes with this nice little pouch. Comes with a little wrist strap if you want to use that, and also a battery case. So if you have an extra OLIGHT battery you want to stick in here, go ahead. You could put a couple of batteries in this case, and that makes it very handy for traveling by airplane, because you could take the batteries out, carry them with you. Everything's cool. So when else does a little flashlight like this come in handy? Well, you know what? Keeping something like this in your vehicle could be a lifesaver. You know, I don't know how many times I've been out and about somewhere and something goes wrong and I've got to crawl up under the dash, or I've got to get, you know, down into the engine compartment, or look up from underneath the Jeep. And having the OLIGHT with me is going to make that a lot easier. I'm not going to have to worry about having charged up batteries in my flashlight that I carry in the Jeep, because those things go bad all the time. All right, guys, that's all I've got here on the OLIGHT today. I've left a link to this thing in the description below. You could pick one up for $20 cheaper than I paid for it. So run out and do that. This thing is probably one of the best flashlights of its size that I have ever seen.
Please like, share and subscribe. And if you find these videos and me entertaining, please consider dropping $1 or $2 into Bob's PayPal tip jar.
I'm Bob, K6UDA, and I'm out of here. 7-3.